Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nixon. I am so excited to be here supporting you as you become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. So I was just playing some of the fun dot-to-dot and mazes and puzzles that were in my little Arthur book, and I would love to be able to share one of these with you at home. It's completely free. The only thing that I need from you is I need you to send me a note to the address that is on your screen. It's going to pop up there in a second, and you can either send me a note in the mail or you can send me an email, but don't forget to include your address, and I can put one of these fun activity books that's totally free in the mail to you. Now, what do I need for you to tell me in those letters? Well, you can tell me something you've been learning at school, something you've learned here by watching PBS, or maybe it's even a fun book that you've been reading or you just finished and you would love to share that title with other third grade students. I'd love to be able to share your letter here on PBS and encourage others to read. Where can you find your awesome books? Well, you can visit your local county library, your school library, or you can even go online. In Fresno Unified, we have an app called Sora and check out your books there. I'd love to hear about what you are reading. Are you ready to start today? Okay. Let's get started. We've got 3 things we're going to go through today. The first thing we're going to practice, we've got some suffixes. We're going to practice some final syllable spelling patterns to look for, and then we're going to finish off our day with some figurative language with idioms. You ready to start? Okay, let's warm up our brains looking at our high-frequency words, those words we come across often in our reading and writing. And as we're coming to the end of 3rd grade, I know that these are words that you are really familiar with. You've been practicing how to spell them, and I encourage you, try using them in your writing. If you come across something and you think to yourself, might need to practice that one a little bit more, that's okay. Write it down, practice it. You're gonna become amazing. I just know you will. All right, let's go through, let's read them together. You read them big and loud at home, and I'm gonna read them here in the studio. Here we go. Done, each, don't, eat, ate, down, even, draw, drink, and every. Nicely done. Okay, 3rd grade, we're gonna work on these 2 words today. Ate, E-I-G-H-T, and down, D-O-W-N. I have a question with 8. What kind of 8 is it? Are you thinking about it? All right, let's see if you can help me use them in a sentence so we know which 8 it is. All right, I grew up 2 houses from my friend. What's my second sentence? An octopus has legs. Ooh, did you figure out which kind of 8 we're using? There was a clue. An octopus has 8 legs. So that is the number 8. Not that we're eating something. Good job. I grew up 2 houses down from my friend. There you go. There's a way that we can use down. I wonder if you can come up with some other ways to use those words in sentences. I encourage you to try it out. Okay, let's start with today. We're going to start with suffixes. Now, we've been practicing suffixes and prefixes this year. We've been practicing what they mean, what they are, and I just want to quickly review. Remember, we've got base words are words that stand alone. They have meaning. You can write them all by themselves. Your prefixes and suffixes are simply groups of letters, clusters of letters that have meaning, but they can't stand on their own. They have to be paired up with a base word. Now, they can change the meaning of that base word, and so that's why it's really important that we know what those suffixes or prefixes mean so that we can help to figure out what this new word, what it means. Help me practice it a little bit. Let's look through and do this. If we have the word reuse, now we want to make the word reusable. Now, able just simply means that you're able to do something, right? So reusable means that you're able to reuse it. Now, there is something I want to show you with spelling, especially in 3rd grade. We're starting to practice some of these rules. Oftentimes when a word ends with an E, when we add that suffix, we drop that E. And this isn't a perfect example. So reusable drops that E and we add able. Nice. So OUS is a suffix, and when you see that suffix at the end of a word, you're going to know that it means having the quality of. What does that mean? Okay, well, let's look. We've got the base word fame, okay? We talk about fame and fortune. It's someone that, is very popular, and we would say that they are having that quality of fame makes them famous. And so famous is another word that ends with an E, so you're going to notice we drop the E, add the OUS, and here's our word famous. They're having the quality of fame. Now, Y simply means that it's full of, okay? So you're full of. Let's look at what our base word is, luck. So if you are full of luck, we say that you are very lucky. There you go. So we're going to add Y to the end. Now, something to think about, a suffix can change the meaning of the base word, and it can also change its part of speech. Keep that in mind as you're practicing adding suffixes to your words. Okay, let's switch gears just a little bit. I'm going to move this out of the way, and let's talk about our syllable types. We've got 6 syllable types that we've been practicing this year. Today, or this week I should say, we are practicing this final sound, the LE or the EL or AL, the ul sound at the end of a word. It's got the 3 different spellings. But essentially what you're going to see is when you have a consonant followed by LE, EL, or AL, it's going to make that final syllable. So here are some examples. We've got bubble, circle, and castle. And you're going to notice that that final consonant is paired with that final spelling of LE or AL. Let me show you a couple of examples here. I've got some words. So I've got the words global and little. We're going to practice these today. I'm training my brain to see those final spelling patterns, and I'm seeing right here, I see that AL, and I kind of have a little alarm that goes off inside my brain that says, ooh, I need to pair up that final consonant, and that ball goes together. So my brain kind of sees this part first, and I know that it's going to say ball because I know that AL says all, so, or ul, global, okay? So then I've got my first part of my word, global, and I know I can split it. I've got 2 syllables. Really where this comes in most helpful is when we're spelling. So as we're thinking about how to spell that final ul sound, we know how we're breaking up our words to spell it. So here's the word little. Little, we have the ul sound at the end, and I know that my final consonant is going to be paired up with it. And then I've got my first syllable is going to be lit. Little, it has 2 syllables. I'm going to break it up right there. Awesome job. What does this look like when we go through and we want to practice it? Okay, so our teacher has asked us to practice. What does it look like? Let's do it. Okay, so looking here, it says, read each word below, circle the letter that shows the word correctly divided into syllables. So we have the word able, okay? So let's look at our 2 different choices over here, and what was our rule? What do we do when we see that LE at the end? We want to be able to pair up that final consonant with the LE. So this, we don't want to split it. So this one is correct, right? Over here, they split the LE. So that would be incorrect. All right, how about in global? Remember, we want to keep the AL together and we want to add the consonant. So do we see it? Yes, right here. Good job. How about one more? Eagle, we see the LE. Remember, we want to keep the G with it. So where do we see it? Which one? Yes, right there. It's got the GLE. Great. You can try travel on your own at home. All right, let's go down here. We want to match the word in the box to the correct meaning below and write the word on the line. So we've got a little definition that's right here with some words in this little box. So we've got likable, funny, washable, and poisonous. So if it's able to be washed, it is what? Oh, I heard you big and loud. Good job. It is washable. It is able to be washed. Good job. Full of poison. Remember what full of was? Look up here. Full of is O-U-S. Here we've got it. Poisonous. Let's write it. P-O-I-S-O-N-O-U-S. Good. And we used washable already too. Last one. Having the quality of fun means we are funny. You got it. So let's put it right there. And then I want you to think about what it's able to be liked. I bet you can already figure that one out because you're so smart. Excellent job. Okay, let's set it up for our last little bit right here. We've got some idioms. Now, what's an idiom? Do you remember? We've talked about it. It's something that authors do in their writing, and we like to call it figurative language. It means it's not literal. It's not a literal translation. It doesn't mean exactly what it is. It's a special kind of non-literal language that means something different from the meaning of each word in it. What does that mean? Well, let me show you. We've got an example right here. He just did not like being on the boat. He did not have sea legs. Oh my goodness. What does it mean to have sea legs? Does it mean that his legs are made out of water? Like they're made out of seawater? So now I'm going to put on my thinking cap and I'm going to think, what does it mean? Where is this person? Well, they're on a boat and he didn't like being on it. Well, do you think that maybe he didn't know how to swim very well? Possibly, but I don't know if that gives us enough information. How about this one? What's our other option? Not used to being on a boat. Oh, he didn't like being on the boat. He didn't have his sea legs. Do you think his legs were kind of wobbly as he was walking around? Maybe it was wavy. Yes, so that could be it. So it doesn't literally mean his legs were made out of water, but it could be that he was not used to being on a boat. He didn't have his sea legs. He wasn't steady when he was walking. Can you picture it? That's what authors love to do for us. They love to be able to give us that visualization. I want to encourage you to look for some of those idioms in your stories. Maybe share them with me. All right, so I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me today as you're getting ready for school. Remember, you are responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow on PBS. Until then, take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.